Hey, lively, lovely, limitless, liberated, loyal people, light of the world. And how are you doing today? Now, on to the King eternal, the invisible, the only wise God, the God who was, who is, and who will forever be. Be all glory, power, majesty, authority, and adoration forever and ever. Amen. It's so beautiful, so great to connect with you again. It's been a minute and bit. I know I missed you. And so today I just want to bring you a powerful subject that has the power to unify the world and actually heal the world and actually resurrect the world and put us on a path of life that will be profitable for everyone. So today I want to talk about the power of self-care, the power of self-love, loving you, loving yourself, appreciating yourself, so that you can take that part of love out to the whole world. And so today I'm here to speak to singles. I want to speak to you today that you should learn to love you, learn to be in a relationship with yourself. That's the greatest relationship that you can be in. So I'll take you straight to scriptures. In the book of Matthew chapter 22 from verse 37 to 40. And so the Pharisees came to Jesus and they asked Jesus a question and they said to him, oh, what is the greatest commandment? I mean, what is this one thing that we are going to do? One commandment that we're going to do that would make every other commandment sit in it, that if we do this one, we don't need to remember all the other laws, because the Pharisees are trained in the laws of Moses, and so they know all the laws, not like they really know, but a lot of laws. And I think it takes a lot of work to remember the laws, because the laws are as much as 669. I mean, you have to remember the laws to do them, and so it's not like they really remember the law, but it's a lot of work. And so they just asked Jesus, so what is this one law? They always like to pose questions at him and all of that when he gets to sit there, and they asked him a question. So what is this one law, one thing that we can do that will make every other law to sit in it, and we don't need to be afraid of not fulfilling the other law? So he said, that's a simple question. I'm going to treat it well right now. And Jesus said to them, he said, that you would love the Lord your God with all your mind, with all your soul, and with all your heart. I love the way the Message translation puts it in Matthew chapter 22 from 37 to 40. It says that you would love the Lord with your passion, with your prayers, and with your intelligence, with everything that makes you you. You're going to love the Lord your God with the passion of your heart, with the thought that flows through you, and with the energy of your being. You're going to love the Lord your God with your motives, with your intentions. You're going to love the Lord your God with your time, with your intellect, with your resources, with your A game. You're going to love the Lord your God with everything that makes you you. And they asked for one law, but Jesus said the second is like it, meaning that you can't just do that one. You have to do this one to make that balance. And it says that you will love your neighbor as yourself. Oh, what a profound teaching. And it now says every other law, every other thing, every other commandment is all pegged, it's all hinged, it's all hanging, it's all laid on this one. Meaning that if you love the Lord your God with everything that makes you you, and you now love your neighbor as yourself, it means that you have the foundation of every other law. And if you have this foundation, you are not going to sink. You're not going to be falling short of the glory of God. You're not going to be falling short of the standards of God. You won't fall short of the ways of God. And now this now informs me that when I love God, when I sit with God and I sit with the nature of God, it pours in me, then I begin to love myself. And in the same degree that I love myself is the same that I have to pour to the next person. My neighbor could be my neighbor really at home, could be my neighbor, my colleague, it could be a fellow citizen, it could be my children, it could be my spouse. So you have to love the next person to the degree at which you love yourself. So that was what Jesus was trying to teach them on that day. And so it's such a profound thing to do. So one of the greatest things that you can do as a single person is to be in a relationship with yourself. Stop seeking to be in a relationship with someone else when you've not understood yourself, when you've not learned yourself, you've not loved yourself, you've not asked yourself some personal questions. See, loving yourself would help you love the next person. Yes, because if you love yourself, it's what you have that you give. What you have is what you would birth, is what you would release to the world. If you do not have love, if you have brokenness, when someone comes your way, you're going to release the brokenness to them. That's the reason there's this saying that goes, the broken people break people. Oh yes, Yes, it is true. In fact, that's what Jesus was trying to say. If you don't love yourself, you cannot love your neighbor. And so that pieces that you have is what you will take everywhere that you go. So sitting and loving yourself is a profound thing to do. So you need to learn to love yourself. If you learn to love yourself, learn to be patient with yourself, learn to forgive yourself, don't be overcritical of yourself, learn to appreciate yourself, learn to motivate yourself. If you learn to do all of these things, you will pour that same thing into the next person that you really get to meet. So intrapersonal relationship is the best gift that you can give to yourself as a single person. Yes, intrapersonal relationship, not interpersonal relationship. Don't want you to be in a relationship with every other person, not seeking for love, because I've come to realize that one of the reasons why marriages break is because a lot of people are broken. They are not even loving of themselves, and then they want someone to love them. Then they are easily manipulated. Yes, they are easily manipulated and they get into trouble. They seek their validation from people, and when people don't give it to them or they take back the validation, they begin to feel depressed and they begin to feel unwanted and unloved and uncared for. So that is why you need to love yourself. So I want to give you tips on how you can love yourself. So the first one I want to talk about is that you would love God. Yes, God is love. I was on a live session one time, I think it was 2 years ago, and someone asked a question, and the lady said, does God really exist? Does love really exist? That was the question. And so God gave me an utterance. And so I said on that day, I said, yes, love exists because God is in existence. God exists. So if you love God, you will have the nature of God. And loving God means that you're going to be able to study his character, obey his commandment, do the things that please him. That's what love is about. When you love someone, you say you love God, you're going to be doing the things that give him joy, the things that would make him proud of you, that would delight his heart, that will make him so full of joy that yes, he created a being like you. So loving God is the first thing to do if you want to learn to love yourself. The second thing that you have to do is that you have to learn to appreciate yourself. Yes, look at yourself in the mirror, appreciate yourself, love your hair, love your nose, love your ears. You know, one time a young girl came to me and she was crying on that day. I would never forget. And she said to me that her classmate always mocks her and says that she doesn't have front hair, she doesn't have edges, she looks this, she looks that, and all that. I said, why are you crying? You are not your hair. Appreciate what God has given you. You are not your hair. You are doing so well. It's not what it's on your head, it's inside your head. You are not your hair. Your hair, is it good to have a healthy hair? Oh yes. Is it good to have edges? Yeah, if you have it, yes. If you don't have it, I mean, it doesn't mean that your life is going to cut short, or you're not going to be productive, or you're not going to, make the desired result or grades that you really need in the course. So if she comes there, just tell her that I am not my hair. My hair does not define me. Oh yes, I'm trying to treat my hair. I'm trying to take care of my hair. I'm trying to grow a healthy hair. But yes, in all of this, my validation doesn't come from my hair. I am not my hair. My hair does not define who I am. I said, go back to school, tell her in love that when you say these things, it kind of hurt me, but I also want to let you know that I am not my hair. My hair does not define me. So appreciate yourself, love your hands, love your head. Anybody who is fairer than you is too fair. Anyone who's taller than you is too tall. So God has created you in his own image. You are wonderfully and fearfully made. Yes, you are the wonder work of Jehovah. Great is the marvelous work that he has done through you. He's created you and carved you in his very own image. So you're the best of Abba. You are the finest of Abba. You're the cutest of Abba. So don't let anyone talk you down. Appreciate yourself. I said the first thing to do if you want to start loving yourself is that you would love God. Then the second thing is that you would appreciate yourself. And then the third thing is that you are going to be self-motivated. Don't only seek motivation from people. Decide that you're going to be motivated from within. You wake up, you want to get your task done, get it done. Don't wait for someone to come and tell you that, oh, you have to do this. If you don't do this, if you don't do that. No, be self-motivated. In that way, when you're self-motivated, you will be always pushed to know what to hit your goals. So one of the ways that you can really do love yourself is to be self-motivated. The fourth thing is that you have to affirm yourself. Affirm yourself. Tell yourself that you are the best. Yes, you are the best. Every time you affirm yourself, it shifts you into a positive place. It puts you in a productive place every time that you wake up to affirm yourself that yes, I am powerful. Yes, I am gracious. Yes, I am graced. Yes, there's an advantage coming. Yes, I am beautiful. Yes, I'm the best for this assignment. Yes, I am regulated by the Spirit of God. My emotions do not have the best part of me. Yes, I am spirit controlled. I am led by God. I'm thought of the Lord. I have insight. I have the instructions. I'm directed. Yes, every time that I take a step, it leads me to a brighter path. Affirm yourself. Yes, I am the best. I am the best. I'm the finest. Every day you wake up, make sure that you really do affirm yourself. Affirm yourself. That way you are going to start loving yourself. You're not going to be waiting for someone to come and say that can you or are you. Everywhere Jesus went, oh yeah, he told them I am. And you know they never liked it. I am the way. I am the life. I am the bread of life. I am the light of the world. Every time he went, he always says that. He says it to your faces. And you know one thing, whenever people who do not love themselves see people who do love themselves, they term them as pride because they feel that you are too confident, or they just see that the person is proud. So you don't let that thing get into you. Jesus always affirms himself, I am. So make sure you affirm yourself. The next thing I want to talk about is that you forgive yourself. Learn to forgive yourself. You've made mistakes, forgive yourself. See, this thing is profound. Learning to forgive yourself will push you to a place of self-love. Because if you don't forgive yourself and you get into a relationship, because you have not forgiven yourself, you always remind yourself of the mistake you have made. Oh, that if you had not gotten pregnant at 14, or if you had not failed this exam, or if you had not slept with this guy, if you had not made all of this mistake that you have not been, if you keep reminding yourself of those things, when you get into a relationship, when someone offends you, always remind them of their mistakes. That's how it works. It's what you give, it's what you have that you give. So you have to learn to forgive yourself. Don't be overcritical of yourself. Forgive yourself. Let go of the past and let God. Forgive yourself. Come into the newness of what God has in front of you. Set your face like a flint. Press onto the prize of the mark of the calling that's ahead of you. Let go of your past. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. I'm saying this again. I think this was someone. Forgive yourself. In that way, you would always learn to love yourself. The next one I want to talk about is that you're going to be invested in yourself. Once you learn to invest in yourself, it's going to push you to a part of self-love. You're not going to tell yourself that this is how I am. No, I don't need to press. I don't need to push for more. No, invest in yourself. Invest in your gift. Invest in your character. Invest in your, if you know there's a place that you're lagging, probably your character, there's a place that you really do not love, invest in it. Get people who are stronger in that area to help you. Get material. Sit with people, sit with counselors to help you. Invest in your mind. Invest in your soul. Invest in your healing. Yes, purge yourself of everything that has happened in the past. Invest in your soul. Invest in your healing. See, when you invest in yourself, your mind, investing in your mind, investing in your soul, investing in your spirit, you just get to a place where you begin to love yourself, because you'll be more productive and you will love the person that you're becoming. So that's how to love yourself. And when you invest in yourself, when someone comes your way, or probably you get married or you are in a workspace, you would always want to invest in other people. You always want to allow them to get into a higher version of who God has called them to be. So you have to invest in yourself. Remember that it's only what you have that you can give, is what you have that you can birth, is what you have that you can release to the world. So you have to start from within. It's an inward work. And so recently I had a conversation with someone. Someone said that most time self-love is selfishness. No, I want to define selfishness to you. Selfishness is an act of abusing people, using people to the extent at which it's affecting them. It is, you're not even considerate of how they feel or the outcomes of how they would, treat themselves, or the outcome of their own lives. So that's what selfishness is about. But self-care means that you are taking care of your needs, you're taking care of what you are, of who you are, of what you want to be, or taking care of your whole being. That's what self-care is about. Self-love is that you're looking into yourself and is not affecting the next person negatively. That's what self-care is about. So selfishness and self-care are two different things. Remember that you need to love yourself, because if you really do love yourself, you will pour that love, you will pour that nature, you will pour that character into the next person that you meet. So singles, the best relationship that you can be in is to be in the relationship of yourself. Learn to govern yourself, learn yourself, love yourself, appreciate yourself, and you will see that your heart will be popping with joy. God bless you, and I love you. And I'm Esther Chinedu Udechukwu. Bye for now.